New intro. So much love and appreciation to those of you who have been with me for the 2 year period plus that I've been doing this. Thank you for showing your love and support to the channel. And to anybody else who is brand new to the platform and you would like to support the channel, also you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you. Two officers described being subjected to racial abuse, including slurs, during Wednesday's chaos that left 5 people dead, including one of their colleagues. Quote, I got called a racial slur 15 times, and this was stated by one of the officers who was a veteran of the force, who recalled yelling once all of the pro-Trump mob dispersed. Another officer who was a new recruit described being forced to engage in hand-to-hand combat with the rioters, some of whom hurled Blue Lives Matter flags at them. Quote, we were telling them to back up, get away, and stop. They're telling us that they're on our side and that they're doing this for us. And they're saying this all as they're punching me in my face. We were getting pepper sprayed in the face by those protesters. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to call them protesters. I was getting pepper sprayed by those domestic terrorists. The older cop reportedly said that it's been downplayed how sophisticated the mob of Trump supporters were. Quote, that was a heavily trained group of militant terrorists that attacked us. He said that they had radios, two-way communicators, and earpieces in addition to homemade explosives and pipe bombs. Quote, these guys were militarily trained. A lot of them were former military. Once they finally contained the violence, the veteran cop said a wave of emotion came over him. Quote, I sat down with one of my buddies, another black guy, and tears just started streaming down my face. I said, what the F? Is this America? What the F just happened? I'm sick and tired of this BS. In the middle of the rotunda, he began to shout out to no one in particular, yelling, these are racist terrorists. I cried for about 15 minutes and I just let it out. Now, if you're black and you've lived in America and grew up here roughly your whole life, and generations of your family have grown up here your whole life, this is nothing new or shocking. You already know that the mass majority that are out there, this is how they are, right? Going by history, let's put it in context. Going by history, going back through the 80s, going back through the 70s, the 60s, the 50s, and the 40s, where do you think a lot of those individuals, right? Because that's what they like to be called. They never like to be grouped in together, right? Because they feel that they're all different, even though they have a lot of all the same ideologies, right? They like to say that they're individuals. So a lot of these individuals, they didn't just evaporate into space, into nothingness. They evolved with the times. Some of them went away like the dinosaurs because they wanted to try to use the same old tried and true methods, right? That don't work at this point in time, that aren't going to be allowed at this point in time, even if you have businesses and other individuals who are like-minded and believe in what it is that you're believing in and love the things that you're saying, right? The other ones evolved and they went into business. They went into the court systems. They became doctors. They became lawyers. They became judges. They became nurses. They became EMS workers, firefighters, cops, military, National Guard, Army, any job occupation that you can think of that has some type of power. That's where those people went. And along with them went their teachings. So for a lot of black people, a lot of the teachers that are teaching your kids were a part of these rallies. Why do you think that a lot of these Caucasian individuals always go to these rallies and they're always wearing a mask? That's because, not because in a sense they're ashamed, but because they want to do whatever it is that they do in the open, but they still want to have that privacy that nobody knows who they are unless they decide to tell a small group of people or show people exactly what it is that they did. Like I said, pay attention. Just like the black cop stated, some of these people were militarily trained. these plans were well thought out. You see some of them here wearing camo fatigues. You see them wearing, gas masks. Some of them wearing a variety of different types of vests and different things of that nature. If you watch some of the videos when some of them were leaving out, they even gave off the threat that, hey, if you try this again, we're going to come back up here. We're not going to be nice. We're going to be back up here armed. Like I said before, these are the individuals that make up America. This right here, the images, just these few snippets right here, this is America. These are the individuals who have always been the highest risk to America, which is themselves. It's never been the black community. It was never about the black community. That was just a scapegoat. Because whatever small things we do, they would make sure in the lens of their media to magnify it, so to dwarf whatever it is that they are doing, so that nobody would realistically try to, put a spotlight or try to scan over specifically what it is going on, because they were like, look at the black people, look at the black people, look at the black people. That's the thing. And that's the main thing that I've always told a lot of people. Like I said, like a lot of people have stated before, even in the comment sections, what is hidden in darkness will come to light. But they decided to bring all of this to light. Like I said before, a lot of the people, I don't care if you're black or not, if you decided to support Trump, these are the individuals that you also decided to support also, right? Just like the same thing if you just so happen to support the other side, which would be the Democrats. Whatever comes from that, whatever unanswered calls that they decide that they're not going to take, that'll be 100% your fault, because you didn't make sure that the person that you decided to vote for 100% cared for you, wanted to honor what it is that they said that they were going to do once they get into office. Right? Like I said before, at the end of the day, these are, in a sense, two demons. And you have to pick in between the lesser. Well, actually, realistically, you don't, because the electoral colleges will inevitably just pick for you no matter what your vote is. This is why the electoral colleges shut everybody down when they came out. They were like, hey, we say that Joe Biden is the brand new president. That's it. Next. See how easy that was for electoral colleges to do? They told you who the real boss was, and it's them. But yet, people are still trying to squabble over, oh, well, I voted for this person should have won, and then this person should have lost, but no, my candidate really should have won because of such and such and such and such. Do you see how they can literally tell you the truth to your face, and people ignore the truth willfully? Not like it's hidden. They willfully ignored what it is that the electoral colleges just did and stated publicly. Like I said before, people don't pay attention. But here we are in 2021, and it's going to be a very eye-opening year for a lot of people that decided that they didn't want to pay attention. A lot of stuff that's going to happen is pretty much going to seem brand new to a lot of people, but all of this brand new stuff has been in the works for the last 10, 20 plus years, and they've let you know this through their own media, right? By doing, little trials here and there with little projects. But like I said, people will soon find out. I guess, better late than never, right? But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I stated in the comment section below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.